Hello and welcome to BrixFix. I'm your host Brix, here today with a LEGO Marvel set review. I've got for you set number 76244, the Miles Morales vs. Morbius. The set comes in with 220 pieces, is a 7+ age rating, and is priced at $24.99 USD or $34.99 its Canadian equivalent. The set comes with a car, a Spider-Man themed sports car, as well as two great minifigures. Those being the titular Miles Morales and Morbius, the living vampire. Right off the get-go here, I have to realize this is not a set made for me. This is a set made for kids, not so much adult collectors, because let's level with ourselves here. Anybody that knows anything about Spider-Man, he doesn't have use for an automobile. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I put out new videos each and every week, and your support goes a long way to helping the channel grow so I can put out more videos for you. It's a symbiotic relationship. But for now, let's get this built out here on the table and give you a closer look. Marvel Comics has played around over the years of giving Spider-Man a Spidey-mobile or Spider-mobile. It's usually in the form of some sort of dune buggy, and it's always ridiculous. It's more on the campy side of Spider-Man. It's never really meant to be taken too seriously, but in toy form here, in LEGO form, now that Spider-Man Miles Morales has his own Spider-mobile, it's pretty cool for what it is, and as far as play goes, which again, what this product is really all about, there is a little bit of play features here, and again, the car looks fantastic. Me personally though, I bought this set for two reasons. Number one, to show it off to you guys, do a little review for the channel, and number two, for that Morbius figure. That is a first time ever exclusive. A very good version of Miles Morales in this set, but I think a lot of collectors are zeroing in on the chance to get Michael Morbius. I think I've taken enough of your time establishing that Miles Morales does not need a car, but hey, now that he's got one, let's check it out. I think this is pretty cool. I love the color and design scheme. It's got a lot of nice greebling and different texture down the side. The car is also really solid. I mean, when you pick this up or try to roll it around a carpet or a table, it's really beefy. Like, look underneath there. That's a chassis piece that's reinforced and built up in every direction. Really nice spinning wheels on rubber tires, and it's got a little bit of play features too. There is a stud shooter, one on each side, and it's just fun to hold in your hand, and it's fun to push around. For kids, again, getting back to who this is actually meant for, I think this is a riot. It's a decent price point for what you get, and the car is the centerpiece here, and it's really well done. One silly thing is, I guess, for being a car of this size, it only seats one figure. Miles is the only one who can fit in there, so it's just funny that it's 8 studs wide, which is modern Speed Champions, and it still only seats one figure, which is, I don't know, I find that a bit comical. 3 tailpipe suggestions out here, but the more interesting thing is this adjustable spoiler. It's on a Technic pin there, on a set of arms that you can lift it or lower it, depending on the amount of drag or dynamic force you want it to have, or just how cool you want it to look. Very easy access to get into that interior. This whole gigantic translucent red piece here, this giant canopy, just lifts right off, and you can get into that plush interior. And that's one thing I thought was really cool. They went to the trouble of using a light tan interior to imply a supercar vibe of a really exciting exterior with that soft, muted, almost calfskin looking interior. Not much to see in there. There's a steering wheel, but there is two. LEGO usually uses them as barbecue gauges or gauges on a stovetop or something, but there's 2 of them in there to give the suggestion of a speedometer, odometer, or maybe just a tachometer for a race car. That's probably more likely. This car blends really nicely with a muscle car vibe and a supercar vibe. It looks really aggressive, and it's got that nice rake where it seems to be higher at the back than it is at the front. The front end is very low to the ground, and that whole front end grille is very aggressive and is doing a good job of channeling a spider look that definitely looks like fangs there at the front with a multitude of spider eyes. At last, the true stars of the show. On the left, one of the most well done, printed, designed, stylized Miles Morales Spider-Man figures I've ever seen. He looks incredible. On the right, Michael Morbius, the living vampire. He looks spectacular. I'm loving the printing on his face. LEGO did a really good job on his head mold and printing overall, and that hairpiece is pretty accurate to what he looks like in universe, so yeah, pretty happy with this figure overall. Michael Morbius does have his chill, relaxed, everything's okay face, but being a villain, he also has his I'm gonna get you face. So here's a look at that. Just as good as his other face. LEGO did a really good job on the printing here. This is some of the best Lego head printing I've ever seen. Torso prints on the back for both figures, and they are just as spectacular as they are on the front. Well done, Lego. Good job here. So now's the ugly part where I have to talk about value. $24.99 US or $34.99 Canadian is too much. This would have been more comfortable for me at $19.99 US, $29.99 Canadian, especially with just the two figures. I think Lego is taking advantage of us here and holding out for that sweet, sweet kibosha, a little more dinero, dollary dues, based on the fact that we really want that Morbius, and Lego knows it. From an adult collector's perspective, no, I don't really care for this set, but again, in my heart of hearts, I have to realize this wasn't made for me. This is a toy intended for kids to zoom around on the carpet, playing out their superhero fantasies, and with that in mind, I'm good with it. I think this is a great car. It's sturdy, it's solid, it can be bashed around, and it's fun overall, and it's got some curb appeal to it. It's pretty nice. The Lego Marvel Miles Morales versus Morbius. I thought this set was great. I don't love this car, more so just for the fact that Spider-Man does not need a car. Miles Morales has no need for a car. He can web swing around the city on his own, faster than any automobile. This seems kind of silly to me as far as being a comic book fan, but as far as being a fan of Lego and realizing kids need something fun to play with, this car is pretty awesome. It's got a good size to it, it swooshes around pretty nicely on the floor, and the inclusion of these two great figures, I mean, I gotta level with you, I bought this set for Morbius. I have the Lego Bugle, the giant Marvel Lego set from a few years back, and I've definitely fleshed it out a bit more with the addition of a lot more Marvel figures, and Morbius here will be going right on display with that. I had a lot of fun showing you this set today. If you had fun hanging out with me, please consider subscribing to the channel, and hey, leave me a comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts and feelings on this set, or hey, just how you're doing today. Thank you so much for your time. Know that you are very appreciated, and until next time, take care.